Hey guys, it's Sunday on Trans Youth Channel, and that means it's me, Samantha, and the topic I'm actually kind of excited about. It's the opposite of last week's, which was detransitioning, and this is stealth. And there's 6 videos behind me. I really don't think you need a definition as to what stealth is. So my opinion of stealth is that it's a hollow victory. Because it may give you the life of a cisgendered female or male, but it also leaves you without a lot of things. It leaves you without the ability to go to your community or advocate in public, completely out in the open. It forces you to kind of sort of sneak around. It complicates the relationship deal a lot. And it's just not something that I would want to do. The whole reason is because I have a very strong sense of community. I feel that the LGBT community is a huge deal to me. Without it, I would be feeling very, very alone. And if I had to sneak around to go to these meetings, I think that it would be almost exactly the same as sneaking around my parents when I was trying to cross-dress. And that's not a good feeling. I don't want to go back to that feeling. I don't want to go back to thinking that I have to hide myself. I don't want to be sneaking around for my own benefit. No one has to know this. No. I take pride in the fact that I am trans. And regardless of my transitional status, I feel I am female. So why should I feel the need to hide that? As far as advocacy goes, you kind of have to change things around a bit if you're planning to advocate for trans rights, because you have to suddenly put yourself into the bounds of supporter, which means that if you plan to tell your story, you're telling it from a third-person view, which does not have much impact. You're also not able to get away with as many things, like saying many things and things like that. And eventually, if you're advocating, because it's a stronger position to say, I am trans, you will probably end up coming back out of stealth. So I think that that's kind of a hollow victory. As far as the relationship thing goes, it's a really old story, happens all the time. Girl who is in stealth meets a guy that she really likes, and because she's in stealth, she doesn't tell him that she's trans until like a month, 2 months into the relationship, and then the guy feels cheated. The guy feels that he was tricked, which, although is nowhere near right, being stealth just elongates that period of time, which forces the emotions higher. And if the guy accepts it, then that's awesome, that's great, that's dandy, but that's rare. So I think that avoiding that drama all on the whole and just coming out the second you meet said guy should be fine. Otherwise, I think that stealth is not going to be too beneficial for anything. I mean, the cool parts about stealth is that you live a normal cisgendered female life, and you're like completely out, and it basically marks the end of your mental transition. It really does. Your physical transition might be still going, and you might need SRS or something like that, but it marks the end of your mental transition, which is a huge deal. But I think that there's more value in knowing that you could go stealth, but not doing so, because you have a certain pride about being trans. Now, these are just my opinions, so if you are in stealth, if you want to go into stealth, if you want to do any of that, then by all means. I'm not going to think badly of you for it. I just feel that it's a bit of a hollow victory, because you'll end up coming out of stealth eventually, for most people, for the most part. If that doesn't happen, good for you. But yeah, that's my opinion on stuff. If you have any other questions, send them to transyouthchannel@gmail.com, and we want a lot of more controversial questions. We want questions that you genuinely want answered, and we want questions that will help you. If you're just watching to understand about trans people, ask questions that you might have. If you're watching us because you are trans, ask questions so we can help you in your transition. If you really just want to watch this because it's entertaining or anything like that, give us questions anyway. Because like, we're planning to read them anyway, and we can only do this if you guys help us. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will see you, if you're on my personal channel, on Fridays, and next week if you're not. This is Trans Youth Channel, Sunday, and I'm signing out. Laters.